Hey true believers, it's Englentine here with a review of The Crow, Memento Mori. Before we get into that, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe if you haven't done it already, and make sure that notification bell is rung so you don't miss any of the cool things happening around these parts, like Comic Book Thunderdome every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you'd like to help out the channel, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. The link is in the description below. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And now let's get to that review. So we have a bland cover. I suppose we're supposed to be seeing the crow's wing across his face and chest, but that is just blurred by the fact that you also have this red smear across his head. Whatever it's supposed to represent, I believe it is lost. So the cover is incredibly bland. And to tell you the truth, it doesn't get much more exciting after you open the book. It's amazing. I just did a review of Doomsday Clock #3, and I kind of praised it for the fact that it was an older style comic book where it was dialogue heavy, it was narrative heavy, it told you what you needed to know, it gave you every bit of information. You got to know characters who may play a part later on. They may just be, side characters. I don't know, but it gave you a lot of information. And it was a book that would take longer than 15 minutes to read. I read this one in 10 minutes. It's got maybe one or two narrative boxes in so many pages. It just seems to be a big waste of space. And in all honesty, it's a big waste of time as well. I was excited. I just watched The Crow recently, and I was thinking, okay, yeah, that's great. They're doing a new Crow comic book. Let's check this out. It'll be cool. And if I were to compare it to the movies, this is Crow City of Los Angeles. It is not good, gang. I wish I could say more. I wish I could say better anyway. The art is okay. It's not amazing, but it's definitely the best part of the book. It's damn well better than the writing. So the story is this particular crow is a victim of one of those trucks being driven into a big crowd. He was a religious, I think he said altar boy. And he got to watch his girlfriend die, so of course the crow resurrected him for vengeance, as the crow does. So it's a pretty much straightforward storyline, and he's going after the people who did it. Now here's something. I do have to admit, I appreciate the fact that they made the people who ran the truck into the crowd Muslim extremists. I'm surprised that anybody let that get published in this day and age. It needs to be said that this is what happens. We can't gloss over that kind of thing, and we see it happen so many times that it does get glossed over. So I appreciate that fact. At least the comic had the balls to do that. Although you do have this blue tint, so you can't actually see the color of the people, kind of like they did with a Bodyguard poster. So no one would know Whitney Houston was black because, Whitney Houston wasn't really a name by the time the Bodyguard came out, and nobody really had any idea that she was black. So they do the same thing here, bluish tint. I mean, it looks like a freaking Zack Snyder film. So yeah, I think the art is definitely the better part. The coloring is definitely not. The story is wow. It definitely isn't, because there just isn't one. Even they couldn't even get a simple revenge story straight. And it is such a quick read that for the price, I can't imagine it being worth it, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could say better about the book. I can't. It is possibly one of the most useless comics I've read in a while. And I really, really wish that one day we will actually get another Crow book, because I can't count this as one. I really can't. It's a fail, kids. It really is. You don't even get to know this character. It's just, like in the original, you got to know him. While he's committing his acts of vengeance, they told the story about Eric Draven, and you cared for him, and you cared for him on his revenge kick. This is just okay, yeah, I'm sorry you got killed. I really am. And okay, you deserve justice, but that's it. We're supposed to know he's the good guy because the story says, hey, he's the good guy. It doesn't let us in. It doesn't let us know who this person is and why we should follow him through. Why is an altar boy getting vengeance rather than ascending to heaven. Oh, and by the way, this is how it ends. Very abruptly, very, what, are you continuing? Is it over? What's the story? What's the deal here? And then there's this 4-page backup story. It's a very short backup story where basically it's just a woman. Of course, she's got the original look of the one side shaved head with a hair flip over to the side, you know, that we never see anymore. And it's just like, hey, I have killed in my life. And at one part, is she fighting a Hydra? It's what it looks like in the corner there. But it's like, that's all it is. Hey, I'm a warrior woman. I've killed people. And then you realize that, okay, she's the victim of the crow. She's one of the people that a crow will. But we get to learn her story just by a few pages. So I guess we care about the fact that she's going to die, or she accepts the fact that she deserves it. It's lame. I mean, this is flat out lame. There is no getting around that, gang, at all. Although I do like to see that particular side of it. It could have been done better, and god dang it, can we stop shaving the side of people's heads like that? It just looks stupid. This is the new SKYE villain, the Sky Beam villain now, the shaved head with a flip. Anyway, and lastly, we get Brutal Nature, a free digital ash can, which is cool. You know, I dig these, you know, call it preview, call it ash can comics. I dug the ash can comics that we would get. I think Young Animals was the last one I got from the comic shop. Anyway, this tells well, it doesn't really tell a story. It kind of shows a story. This young woman is running through the jungle, and she's being chased by what looks like conquistadors. So you figure this is Aztec. Actually, I think they even say it. And she's kind of cornered, and she's like, oh, no, dude, you don't know what's going to happen. You better run because the jungle's going to get you. And the conquistador's like, come on, babe. Let's face it. The jungle's not going to come to life. There's no spirit that's going to save you. And then while he's saying that, the spirit comes to life with what looks like a wolf but ends up being a bear. And the bear's like, grrr. I'm not kidding. It actually says that. The guy's head flies off. And then the other ones turn around because I guess the guy, you know, you think it's the guy talking to him, but it's the one behind him, I guess. And I kid you not, the head flies off and the bear goes, "Crrrr." They stab him and it makes a stump sound. That's just weird. Anyway, so they're like, "Wah!" And the conquistador runs away, but then he seems like he kneels down to pray and gets his head cut off. And the girl's like, yo, bear, sup? Thank you for helping me. And the bear takes off his face, and it ends up being a mask, and then goes to sleep. And that's the preview. Yeah, I won't be buying this one. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm going to get the first issue. I hope it's better than this. Well, that's my opinion on The Crow Memento Mori. What is yours? What did you think about the whole thing? Did you like it? If so, how? Why? Seriously, what was it about this book that made you go, holy crap, that was good? Let me know in the comments below. Or if you even planned on buying it, or did you even know it existed? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the drill. Click like, click share to get word out about the channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Make sure that that bell is rung so you don't miss any of the cool things that happen around these parts.